Welcome to Balance Over Power. It's Mix Up Monday, and today we're mixing it up with backflips as well as gainers. I'm Coach Tomcho, you can call me CT, and today we're going to be talking about certain exercises and drills that will help increase explosiveness and get you prepped. So here we have a couple examples of what it's supposed to look like. As you can see, I start on my knees, I get up, bang, and then explode out for 2 jumps before accelerating. One thing I would like to talk about is the concept of gathering. So you see how I start with my arms above my head? The reason that you want to use your arms when you're on both knees is because by swinging them up and behind yourself, right? Behind, and then exploding up, that movement generates even more force directly up, which is what gives you enough lift to land right on your feet. I highly suggest making sure that you're staying controlled for each jump, because right here is where it gets hard. So the acceleration that comes at the end of it, I personally start with my left foot in front. That's how I start whenever I sprint. Everybody's different. What you want to do is on that last broad jump, when you explode out, set your feet in a position that's powerful so that when you land, you strike the ground and can fluidly sprint out. So you see, since my left foot is in front, for those who have a track and field background, the two point start position, I land in the 2 point more or less. You can actually see I have a resistance band. I actually added it for these reps, and explode out very quickly. So does the footwork really matter that much? Yeah, it matters that much, because based off of how your footwork is how clean your transition into acceleration is going to be. And you want to be accelerating fast. That's what acceleration is. And so, let's say you play soccer and 5 people on your team have been practicing footwork, coordination, agility, and acceleration, right? And there's a ball that just got kicked down the field. Between 5 people, if they all practice those types of things, right? If they all cut 200ths of a second off of their time, then between 5 people, you're a second faster as a team. And as you're a second faster for one play, think about how that compounds over the course of the entirety of a match, right? So the key is just understanding that these are all applicable concepts. It's just, do you know how to apply them properly, and will you apply them properly? Before you can do a backflip, one thing that I think is really important to know is knowing how to do a forwards or backwards roll. If you know the forwards roll, it's not that hard. This is all you have to do. You literally plant your hands, make sure that your fingers are wide. You can get on your toes, you can get on your knees, whatever the hell you like. And then all you do is just roll. Now, once you roll well enough, and once you get used to that feeling of turning upside down enough, you'll be able to stand straight back up from the forward roll. Once you've been able to do that, then you have to do the backwards roll. The backwards roll is a little bit different because as you go backwards, right? The same way that your hands are planted in the forward roll, like planted in the ground, you want to make sure that as you go, your hand gets into a position that allows you to push off. If anyone's done a kick up or anything of the sort, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So a backwards roll is literally just just like that. So here's some things about the backflip that I just wanted to talk about, because I know that people get really psyched out. So the first thing is that when you generate force, your force should be going up, not out. Because if your force is going out, if you're jumping and you're going this way, then that means you're trying to do a back handspring. And if you're doing a back handspring, right, that means your torso is coming here to coil back off of this and swing your legs over. In a flip, you're going straight up, and what you're doing is as you jump straight up, you're actually tucking your legs, right, kind of like a roll, a forward or backwards roll. And once you do that, that's when you start to rotate. So I jump straight up, and as soon as I feel that force, I know I want to be able to execute a full rotation. So I bring my legs up, making sure I'm getting them up to my chest. If you actually look, whoops, right? When you become compact, when you tighten up into a ball, your torque increases. So you don't want to stay in this position. You don't want to be fully elongated, because you'll never make any progress. So once you're at the top, you torque. I want to see if I can get my hands on my knees and like clean up my form a little bit, but it is what it is. And as you go, the next essential part is once you've coiled, what is it that you're doing? You can see right here, if you actually look, right? I am spotting the ground right about there. So like, the key to spotting the ground is once you know where it is and once you have it in your vision, because you have so much lift, that'll make it so much easier to land. So the first time I actually did a flip, I had been practicing my overcoming my fear of being backwards after track practice. They have high jump mats, pole vault mats. I would just go to the mats and I would just bust out repetition so that I stopped being scared. And I eventually was with two friends and I was like, guys, I can do a backflip, you know, totally capping. And so then they're like, oh really? Like, you can, like, do it. And so now I was like, okay, see, and I like to put myself in positions where it's like I have to do something. That's me personally. That doesn't work for everybody. But when I did it, what happened was I actually jumped up and got too much height. And so when I finished my rotation, I landed like right on my heels and then fell on my butt because I had just slightly overshot and had too much torque. And so that's what I'm saying. Even though I fell on my ass and they laughed at me, you know, it's whatever. Like, that was what it took for me to get that little bit of confidence, even though I had a lot of confidence going into it, you know. That was like, wow, I can actually do this if I just commit to it. And so after that, I just focused on cleaning it up and learned how to land it a little bit more nicely. And yeah, like, then I moved on to the gainer. So my biggest suggestion is, if you're going to do something, go for it. Because there's no point halfway going for it. You're better off trying to do it the whole way. You're literally so much better trying to finish the full flip and failing the full flip, because I failed my first full flip and landed on my butt because I was close enough. Like, you're better off trying to commit to the full flip than stopping halfway, because if you stop halfway or if you don't think about these things and know what you need to do, it's not going to work. With that said, make sure you're staying safe. Practice on pole vault mats, practice on mattresses, only soft surfaces, and, you know, have fun with it. Once you start flipping, there's no going back. So, I'm CT. This is Balance Over I'm CT. This is Balance Over Power. I hope you enjoyed this Mix Up Monday. Please like, hit subscribe down low, and I'll see you for the next video. Peace.
Yeah, like the attention, girl, I know.